What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Dio for President back again with another video for you guys. And today I have a very interesting video for you. A lot of you guys in the comment section were saying, oh, he failed, he was lazy, he was spoiled. I realized that a lot of you guys think that because I grew up in Lekki and I grew up just a little bit privileged, I didn't hustle. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the business that I ran when I went to Canada and how you guys can start a small business or a small side hustle in Canada when you eventually get there. Well, if you do get there, like, I'm an advocate for staying at home and building the country. A lot of people don't like that, but that is what I am an advocate for. Before we get into the video, I need you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subs, so hit that sub button. I'm grinding every day. But anyways, you guys, basically when I was in Canada, I ran a small business called AfroSpyce Kitchen. This was my journey to being an entrepreneur. This was my very ever first business. Okay, so I'm going to explain to you guys what I did, and if you guys can gain any inspiration from it, then cool. And if you guys don't gain any inspiration from it, then thank you for watching the video. Introduction, you guys. My name is Dio Williams. I talk about immigration issues and things of that nature. When I was in Canada, I ran a small business called AfroSpyce. I founded it in 2022, and it was a huge growing experience for me. I learned a lot about business, and if I'm being honest, I may or may not start this business again in Nigeria. So if you are an investor, or if you know anything about like the business scene and the food scene in Nigeria, this is my pitch to you to help me out with my business. Why did I start AfroSpyce? You guys, I was broke. In Canada, I was broke. I can't lie to you guys. I was suffering. It was very hard, and I needed an extra income. I already had a job, but then I just needed an extra income. Mind you guys, I had started this business because my dad died, okay? So sad. So sad. Tell me sorry in the comment section. But anyways, my dad died in 2022, so I had to drop out of school. And I still stayed in Canada for a bit. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, like, since I'm not in school, I need to find a way to grow as a person. Thing about working these minimum wage jobs is you can get very comfortable working a minimum wage job. You can just work, and yeah, you're making money, but at the same time, you're not progressing as a human being, especially intellectually. So this was me really challenging myself and growing in my creativity. I could cook better than everybody, you guys, and I wanted to provide a service that benefited my community. Fun fact, my mom is the one that taught me how to cook. When I moved to Canada, I moved in 2018, and then in 2020, I went to uni, and in uni, I wanted to learn how to cook. This was around 2020. So it was during COVID. So I wanted to pick up a new skill. I believe everybody picked up a skill during COVID. And if you didn't pick up a skill during COVID, you wasted your time. But I picked up cooking, and I would practice cooking, and I became very good. My first year challenges, you guys. Like I said, I came from a pretty privileged background. I didn't know much about business. I didn't know how to hustle. Compared to the average Nigerian, I didn't know nothing. So I had bad money habits, you guys. I'll spend my money on bad things. The club, girls, taking girls out on dates, just dumb stuff. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, in fact, like, now that I'm back in Nigeria, there's a lot of instances where I just wish that I didn't take some girls out on dates, because like, I can't lie, like, my money went down the drain. But I've learned my lesson though. You guys, I had a little confidence. You see the way I'm talking to you guys on camera, like, you guys are right next to me. Yeah, you guys, I couldn't do that before, and I just wasn't confident in myself. I had no idea how to run a business, and I was horrible at keeping relationships. You guys, listen, and I'll always say this: the relationships that you build in your life are the most important thing in your life, you know. Like with relationships, it leads to connections. Connections lead to you getting the money that you need. You can't be beefing with everybody, bro. I used to beef with everybody. I'm not that kind of guy no more. You have to build good connections and good relationships. That is how you're going to grow as a person. That's how your business can grow. You can't just go on your own. If you go on your own, you will go very, very fast. You will achieve your goals fast. But if you go with people and you keep good relationships, you will go far. That is one of the biggest lessons that I learned. My second year improvements, you guys, my confidence increased, and this was mostly due to me taking more risks, me doing more, just doing more things to put myself out there. Like in this picture, for example, I was the host at some art exhibition, you know. Some people had watched my YouTube videos and they thought that I was confident and they invited me. Was I confident at the time? No, but I was faking my confidence, you guys. The thing about confidence is that when people can smell that you're not confident, that is when they will attack you. Anything that you're kind of insecure about, that is what human beings use to come and attack you and, you know, just rubbish you. But when you even just fake like you have confidence, you know, which I do all the damn time. I be shy sometimes, you know, but if you fake like you have confidence, nobody is going to be able to mess with you. No one is going to, you know, treat you some kind of way. And when they do treat you some kind of way, you just discard them. And yes, you guys, like I said, taking risks, just, you know, just doing things to increase your confidence. You actually have to step out of your comfort zone, which is something that I really did. Improvement with money management, stronger and healthier relationships, very important. And I just ultimately became better at running a business due to the reps that I put in. So now, you know, I know so much about what it takes to run a business because of the practical skills that I did. You know, like I said, I don't have a university degree, you know, no, but I have practical experience on what it is to run a business, which is, in my opinion, you know, a blessing and more important. You guys, what does it take to be an entrepreneur? You guys need confidence, you need charisma, you need people skills, the ability to take risks, and my last and favorite one, delusion. Listen, if you don't believe that this shit is going to work, it's not going to work. You have to actually believe, even when you're making $0, even when you're not seeing no money in your bank accounts, like even when things are hard, you actually have to be a little bit delusional and believe that this is going to work. When you believe that it's going to work, other people are going to start believing in your vision, and when they believe in your vision, then you're going to start making sales, you guys. Like at first, I didn't believe in myself, not one bit. But then when I was like, you know what, I'm there for president, I can do anything. That's when I started to make sales. That's when my social media started to grow a little, and you know, ultimately, you know, I ended up getting contracts for cooking classes, you know, selling food. I started selling out food, but I had to be very, very delusional to think that it was going to work, and you know, it worked. You guys, what is an entrepreneur, you guys? Ultimately, an entrepreneur is a hustler. Someone that wakes up every single day and decides to make better for society by providing a good or a service. That is what an entrepreneur is. According to Google, an entrepreneur is an individual who starts and runs a business with limited resources. The individual is responsible for all the risks and rewards of the business venture. The business idea usually encompasses a new product or service encompasses a new product or service rather than an existing business model. So you guys, my business model was, this was what was going on in my mind when I was running my business. I go to McMaster University, a predominantly white school. There's only about 2 African restaurants in the entire city. There's no African restaurant close to my school. Okay, there's a ton of African students that go to this predominantly white university. What can I sell that will, like what can I cook that will sell? You guys, I did shawarma, jollof rice, fried rice, suya. Those were my 4 main dishes. I would sell out every single time. But then it took a lot of delusion, for me to be able to make that happen. Even with YouTube, I think about the fact that I'm like, my YouTube channel is growing every day, and I'm like, damn, I must have been crazy to see 0 subscribers one day, and today I'm at over 2,000 monetized. Crazy. But anyways, my future goals for AfroSpyce. I wanted to provide affordable food for international students. I wanted to create jobs for international students. I wanted to do food trucks and restaurants. And I wanted to educate people on what it takes to actually be an entrepreneur and make something good happen for yourself. These were the goals that I had for myself when I was in Canada, you guys. Like, I had a long-term plan, a 10-year plan to make this happen. Unfortunately, due to, God and the universe, I was not able to make it happen. But then I want to encourage you, like if there's something that you want to do, and if you have a goal and a vision for yourself, stick with it, because even if you don't necessarily achieve that goal, you're going to learn a lot of things along the way, which I definitely have. This was kitchen safety, and yeah, this was my famous shawarma that I made. You guys, I'm not going to lie, when I would make this, it would always sell out. People loved it. And yeah, you guys, I was a talented, I am a talented chef. If you guys have any questions, put it down in the comment section. Let me know if you made it this far into the video. Thank you. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm coming through with videos every day. Shout out to you guys.